Everyone. Hope you're having a great weekend. I'm going to explain the lab work for week 6, which you saw on last night or on Thursday night. And because since we ran out of time, so I promised to record a video to explain how to complete the lab work for week 6. It's a pretty interesting lab work, so I'm just going to go through it and explain some details here that will help you to do this quickly as possible. Here you can see the code that we did together in the class. This is just, it imports the spambase.csv and then trains like a random forest or you can also do like a k-nearest neighbor model based on the spam data. So I think we went through this and we talked about some of the details here. Now I want to talk about the next part of the lab work, which is week 6, and explain like how to do this one. So first of all, you need to go to Canvas and download. You just need to download one of the files that we have here in week 6, and it's called spam script-1.zip. So I'm going to click on this guy and download spam script. This is the file that you need for week 6. And then just go to downloads. And then if you take a look at this this file, this folder, you will see a sample.txt and a spam script.r. These are the two files we need. The rest is just some inputs that I use in spam script.r. So you don't need to, you need these files actually for running the spam script, but you don't need to deal or make any changes to them. So this is the sample.txt. If you open the sample.txt, you can see it's like a sample email. I just copied some text and put it here. And, for this lab work, you're supposed to like put your own, copy one of your own spam emails, real spam emails, and copy the body of the email and just paste it here later. But for now, without making any changes in sample, let's go ahead and just run this spam script and see how it works and just take a look at the outputs. Okay, so I'm going to double click on this guy. It opens up in R, and you can see this is spam script.r. This code basically imports sample.txt. As you can see here, it scans, uses a function called scan. It's because it's a txt file, so we can use either scan or we can use read.table, and obviously not read.csv because that's for CSV files. And it does some analysis here, and you can take a look at the code if you want. It basically looks into and measures the the frequency of all the word counts that we're interested in, and at the end it generates a vector called all features that is going to be like the all the features that we had in the spam model. Features 1 to 57. So we're gonna have like 57 features in all features, and these are the features that are measured from sample.txt. So I'm just gonna get this running. All I have to do is, in order to run the script, just make sure that you're pointing to the spam script folder. Like here, I've navigated to this folder and then set as working directory. This is just for to make sure that that this line is gonna work, that this is going to do, because I didn't put a full path here. So you need to do setswd to this folder so that sample.txt is there, and you can do actually a scan or you can import the data. And then just simply select the whole code and then run it, and that's it. And if you look into all features as the only thing that we're interested in, you can ignore any other variables or any other data sets here. So if you just print like all features, you will see like 57 numbers. So these are the exact numbers that we need for predicting if an email is a spam or not. And you can see like these are some of the frequency of some of the words. Since the sample.txt is a pretty short file, that's why most of these features are 0, because we don't have any of these words inside that sample.txt. But you can see like this is, I don't know, probably the frequency of capital words with capital letters, I guess. This is probably like $, and maybe some other word. Anyway, and then so the goal after this is to plug in this into the predict function and use the model that we trained from spam emails, and see whether this sample.txt email is going to be considered classified as spam or not, whether it's going to be 0 or 1. So I'm just going to go back to my code that we did last night or on Thursday night, And I'm just going to run it one more time. Well, this is, again, reading spambase.csv. So I'm going to go to downloads, and then spambase, where is it? Like spambase. This is where I was actually using the spambase.csv. So I'm going to set working directory, and I'm going to run this code again in order to train the model. Okay, so once I do this, this is actually the training the random forest model. It's only using like 5% of the data to train. We only picked 5% of the data because we just wanted to make this running as fast as possible. Well, still is taking some time. Okay, there we go. So this is 91% accuracy on splitting the data here we get. And the model that we have here, this model here that we trained, is the spam model. Now, our task is to plug in all features into model and see whether it's a spam email or not. But we just got an error here, so you guys have to help me out, please. Otherwise, we're gonna get stuck here forever. Well, so let's figure it out together. We have, so it's saying that, okay, object v1 is not found. Well, so the reason is because all features is a vector and doesn't have any column names, right? So the column names in all features should match the column names in the training data set that we used for model. But all features is a vector and doesn't have any column names. So the first task is to transform and convert all features into a data frame, and then change the column names of all features to the column names of the training set that we used for model. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And for transforming all features into a data set, this is all you have to do. It's very simple. As.dataFrame, or I'm sorry, data.frame, I guess, of all features is not going to work again. You will see if you do it, it's still going to remain as a vector. But if you change it to a list, all features, and then run it, and if you look into all features here, you can see like it just turned out into a data frame. See, you have one row and then 57 rows. I'm sorry, 57 columns. Now, for example, if you type all features, and then you will see that this is a data frame. This, yeah, it is a data frame, but you can see like the column names are not like the previous column names that we had, like v1 to v58. Here it's like x0, x0.1, whatever. So we have to change the column names here. So I'm going to change the call names of all features to the call names of the training set that I used here. See, the training set or spam data, doesn't matter. It's pretty much the same thing. So I'm just going to change it to the call names of the training data set that I used here. There's just one minor something that you have to just change here. And so the call names of training, this is probably going to give us an error. Let's run it. All right, there we go. Because call names of training has 58 columns, but all features is only 57. So we just have to make sure that we don't use the last column here, or the last column name and training, because we don't need it here. There we go. So now if we look into all features, then you will see that we exactly have a data frame with the same column names as the training set. Now you can simply predict the model using all features, and there we go. And the answer is 0. So this means that, you know, the spambase.csv that we had here is basically non-spam, okay? Even though it may be a spam, but I don't know, maybe I just copy and pasted like a short part of the text and maybe not the whole body of the email, but you can try different emails. And so all you have to do is for the Labwork is go and find a couple of your spam emails, copy and paste, you know, the body of the email into this folder here, into this sample.txt that we had initially, and then run this, go through the same process. I mean, you just have to run this spam model once, and then go to the spam script and try multiple sample.txts and see whether you're going to get like a spam email predicted or not. Okay. Awesome. I hope everyone will be able to do this. I'm going to record another video right after this about like setting up our Selenium for building the web scraper for next week. So all of you can get it set up. And I'm just going to do it on a different computer. So it's going to be like the first time I'm going to be running our Selenium on that. And I'm just going to show you like how to deal with different problems. All right, please let me know if you have any questions. Just send me an email anytime. And next week, again, we're going to go through this, and I'm going to ask you and see if how many people were able to classify their real emails as spam or not. Awesome. Thank you very much, and have a great weekend. See you guys.